It's been 2 weeks since we made a video on Season 2's storyline, and since then a lot more has actually happened in the storyline. So today let's actually go through all of those and see what the hell is going on in the Fortnite World War, or whatever the hell we're in right now. Let's start. At first, let's go through week 2 where John Jones actually talks about how Peely actually drinks a smoothie, basically drinking his own family since there were like bananas in there, and like that's dark. That's really cursed, what the hell. After drinking the smoothie, seems like Peely actually started to get some visions about the future. And then he said this.
Peely says thank you, and also says the prophecy will soon be fulfilled.
I have no clue what that means or what it actually shows about the future of the game. So I guess let me know in the comments if you have any clue what this means. But after Peely sees a vision of the future, he actually wants to learn driving now, which is interesting. Was there something in the vision that made him think he needs to know how to drive to be safe, or does he wanna crash into someone with a car? Probably the second choice. That would be actually terrifying to see a banana drive. But also that means that the banana smoothie in Fortnite can actually make you see visions of the future. Give me some of that smoothie. I wanna know when I reach 1 million subscribers, when the hell does Corona end so we get freed and more. I just wanna know everything about the future. Where is that smoothie? I want some. I say this Peely smoothie gives you a vision of the future, cause who was another person who drank banana smoothie? It was Bunker Jonesy. And if you remember, he also saw the future and drew it on the wall. So yeah, I would expect someone to kill every single Peely freaking in the map, turning it into a smoothie so people can like buy it to see the future or something like that. Poor Peely, I feel bad. And also in week 2 we take IO tanks and give them to the 7. Then the 7 actually takes over the tanks, making them their own, changing some things about them like turning the color of the tank into the iconic 7 design. Or color, I don't know. But now on to week 3 of Season 2 storyline. First of all, the most important part of this week's story. My boy Columbus were hiding from war. They're safe under snow. Now your job is to make sure these cuties stay safe and out of IO's hands. I don't want to see a single scratch on these things. Protect them. Also seems like that the IO has actually found out how the 7 are using the IO tanks. So the IO is now preparing anti-tank barriers around the map, which honestly, they don't do much to tanks, just go through them easily in the game. Good job Sloan, you had the one job. Then Origin actually tells us to use a car with a cow catcher on it to destroy these barriers. And right then we learn how the cow catchers are actually an invention of the 7. Very cool. But the cow catchers were not actually just made by the scientists. Seems like the Imagine actually came up with the idea of these things. Probably cause Imagine loves trolling and these things are really good for trolling people. Moving on to the changes happening on the map because of the war. One of the IO watchtowers has actually been taken down to legit nothing by the 7, and the 7 have made their first move attacking the Daily Bugle, trying to take back this POI and blow up the blimp on top of it. You can actually join the 7 and help them clear out all the IO members and even kill a clone of the Master Key boss, which this will actually keep happening in every single week of this season in different POIs as well that have like the blimp things, till the 7 actually have control on every single POI in the map, except Covert Command, because that's probably where the live event of this season happens at. The Imagined also joins the storyline of week 3 talking to us. She actually calls us Origin's favorite field assistant. That's kind of nice. Origin likes me. Thank you.
So you are the Origin's favorite assistant in the field, huh?
But what Imagine wants you to do is to build a signal device, trying to find where Paradigm is, and probably communicate with her. And she actually successfully finds Paradigm and communicates with her. This means that Paradigm might be in a space or on the map, but wherever she is, she's still in hiding and only some people know about her. Not even all the 7 know about her, only like 1, 2 or 3 members of the 7 probably know about her. Kinda crazy. After communicating to Paradigm, the Imagine actually says that Paradigm has the answer to all of their problems and that she needs to tell this to the Origin. From how the Origin hates Paradigm just like Foundation, he's probably gonna be like, Paradigm sucks and she don't know shit. No. Just no. Don't talk about Paradigm to me. Origin being a bully. SMH! Seems like the plan that the Imagined and Paradigm talked about is actually about a new weapon which Paradigm is working on. We actually know what weapon Paradigm designed and gave to the Imagined. It was actually the anti-vehicle launcher. I love how even the weapons in the game now have lore. And this is what the Origin says about the weapon.
That guy's always saying, "This could be the end of our reality." And yet, he holds on to petty grudges that make reality harder to save. I am sick of the infighting.
Origin, I love you, but you're starting to make me mad about you. Be a bit cooler, man. What the hell? So what we and the Imagined actually do is we give the blueprints of Paradigm's new weapon to scientists in a really sneaky way so the Origin doesn't find out. The Imagined also asks you to grab the data you gathered from the IO blimps and give it to her so she can study it. And she also says whether the Origin likes it or not, she will end this war. Origin, you're kind of being sus right now. I'ma keep my eyes on you. Now, the last person that talks to us in this week's storyline is actually John Jones. He tells us how before he left the IO in season 6, he was actually an expert on the 7, studied them, learned everything about these people. That's probably how he knew that the rock can actually save the 0 point from exploding in that season. And from that information, he actually tells us how the 7 worked as a unified, dedicated group. Basically working together, no drama between them, and they were amazing at their teamwork. Jones also tells us that the IO still thinks the 7 are great at teamworking and are still united. So because of that, the IO are extra hard on trying to win this war because they know if the 7 are united, it's gonna be really hard to fight against them. But he says that it's actually not like that anymore, and that there is now a lot of issues and dramas between the 7. I mean, of course, we can see that with how serious the Origin always is, and how the Rock hates Paradigm, and how the sisters is still like, one of them is like, where is she? I don't know. Like, the 7 is in terrible form right now. Jones also says that the only way for the 7 to win this war is so they reunite again. So like, no more fights, no more drama between each other. A wholesome moment of the 7 coming together once more. Let me know if you think the 7 will reunite or not. I personally think they will. And if you want to see my prediction about the future of Fortnite's storyline and what is gonna happen in the future of this game's story, then click on the video on your screen and see the future of the game. If I get it right, that is. I probably will. Maybe not. Who knows?